Call me sweet and you may be complimenting me. Say I'm the sweetest girl in the world and we're dancing on the flirty territory. See the difference? Sometimes though, the difference between friendly and flirty is blurry. If you're wondering, is she flirting with me or just being friendly? This video is for you. Look out for these 7 signs to confirm she's flirting with you and not just being the nice girl next door. Number 1, she hugs you for longer than 3 seconds. The typical hug lasts between 2 and 3 seconds. This is the hi and bye hug for relatives, regular friends, and new acquaintances, if they're comfortable enough to hug you in the first place. Just because she hugs you hello doesn't mean anything. A hug that lasts longer than this, though, is on purpose. Unless this girl has a touchy-feely hippie vibe, she's only going to hug you longer to create intimacy. Add in the fact that she gazes at you at the end or during the hug, and you've opened up the floodgates to her flirting. Number 2, she continues to look at you after you break eye contact. A good listener will maintain eye contact with you during conversation, even if you pause while speaking. This doesn't mean they like you. The trick comes when eye contact is established without words. Your eyes may meet across a room, or you could catch her staring at you during class, work, or an event. If you make eye contact, break away, and then look at her again to find that she's still staring at you, there are 2 options. One is that she's completely zoned out. The second is that she's completely enamored and trying to get your attention. Give her a little wave. If she's zoned out, she'll get embarrassed and laugh at your wave. But if she's flirting, you'll get a sassy or flirtatious greeting right back. I've even been known to throw a wink or 2 out there in situations like this where I was caught staring at my crush. Number 3, she chooses her conversations carefully. I know when I'm chatting with guy friends, I usually talk about pretty standard stuff. You know, the latest news, work, studies, the most fun places to go out, and things like that. If I'm flirting with a guy though, I'm going to talk about things that make me seem intriguing or fun, and also topics that pull some personal information out of the guy so I can do a little recon. If she asks you about your personal life, especially dating or your passions or plans, she's bouncing into flirting. The same goes if she talks about being single, looking for a man, or other things that may make her sound more attractive to you. Number 4, she's forgetful but not about you. When a girl flirts with you, she may have a selective memory. A good trick to catch this is by observing her with other people you both run into often, like coworkers, colleagues, or classmates. Does she seem to be forgetful or not really into her conversation with them? If she's similar to you, she's an average friendly, and maybe not so attentive pal. If she instead seems 100% dedicated to your conversations and follows up with you about them, she's probably trying to flirt with you. I have a pretty good memory, but I know it turns into a pretty darn great memory when it comes to remembering what my crush said. I don't remember what I ate for lunch this Tuesday, but I once bought a guy a pair of gloves because he told me he borrowed his roommates in passing. Yep, that's how far flirting can go. Number 5, she asks you to meet up alone. Hanging out in groups is what most animals do, humans included. Hanging out one-on-one is what most couples do, animals and humans included. If a girl asks you to go out with a bunch of other coworkers at the end of your shift, she may just be inclusive. If other coworkers are free but she asks you to get a drink or bite to eat and no one else, there's a reason behind that. Maybe you're just friends, but think about it. What is the basis of any romantic relationship? A good friendship. You can test this out by asking her if she wants to invite anyone else. If she leaves it up to you, she probably just wants to keep it solo, but if she gets excited and invites others too, she's probably just friendly. Number 6, she constantly breaks the touch barrier. I'm going to put myself on the spot and just say it. I love any physical contact I can snag with a crush. If I can brush his arm, get a hug out of him, or some other form of short physical touch, that's awesome. After all, my goal is to have him exclusively hug me in the long run, right? You can tell when a girl is flirting if she's always breaking the touch barrier with you, but isn't like that with everyone else. If she's touching everyone else, she may still be flirty, but because she's flirty with everyone, it doesn't mean much. Number 7, she gives you romance vibes. Some things you feel instead of describing, and vibes are one of them. They're more like an internal sensation. It's something you know without being able to explain, and romance vibes are one example. This is when someone makes you feel seen and wanted, even if they never say anything explicitly. If you get the romance vibes from her, pair them with a few other points on this list to be confident that she's into you and flirting to show it. It's not always easy to draw a line between being friendly and being flirty, which is why you should definitely try to tick off at least 5 things from this list before thinking she's into you and you alone. I remember once I jumped the gun and thought that just because a guy stared at me, he liked me, only to figure out he had a dry eye issue instead. If you have any stories to make me feel less embarrassed in that regard, feel free to share them in the comments. If you enjoyed this topic, as always, give the video that like and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching and take care.